Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. As you can see, I'm standing outside our preschool entrance, and I understand it's one of the last warm days before the cold sets in, so we wanted to take advantage of being outdoors today. The portion is such an interesting one. It is called Chaye Sarah, which means the life of Sarah. But as soon as we enter this Torah portion, we realize that it's not about the life of Sarah, but it's about the death of Sarah. So why is this portion called the life of Sarah? Because Sarah continues to touch our lives, and she continues to live on in us and through us. And then the portion tells us that Sarah lived to be 127 years old. But the way that's presented is very interesting. The Torah says she lives 100 years, and then 20 years, and then 7 years. We might say that 100 is holiness, the age of holiness, Kedosha. And then we might say the 20 is yet another generation beyond that, and 7 is certainly God's number. It's also said that the reason it is separated like that is because she made every year count and her life was filled with love. And then Abraham has to provide for a burial site. And that again is very interesting because Abraham is a resident alien living among the Hittites. He approaches Ephron and says, "I need to bury my beloved wife." And he said, "You are so honored here, Abraham. Whatever you want, it's yours." But Abraham insists that he must purchase the land, pay for it. And actually, after bargaining, he ends up paying. And this deed is recorded in Genesis. He pays 400 shekels of silver when it was probably only worth 17. But he buys Machpelah, the cave of Machpelah, and the land surrounding it. It's interesting because God said, as his promise, "I'm going to give you this land. You will inherit it, you and your descendants after you." But the buying of Machpelah is the first step in realizing that dream. And there can never be a question, therefore, that Abraham actually bought this land. And this site is in Hebron. And then all of this gets very political, but we won't go there right now. This whole portion ends with the love story of Isaac and Rebekah. And you could say that Sarah's legacy is that Isaac will become married, although it is an arranged marriage. And ever since that time, we still have arranged marriages to this very day. It's now called J-date, but it still exists in some form. That was a joke. But in any case, I love the way this is portrayed. Isaac took Rebekah. She became his wife, and he loved her. He loved her after she had become his wife. After years of living and sharing and the challenges that life presents, after the successes and victories, one can say, "I truly love that person." And love is really what our school is all about, what our temple is all about. And we have a gift for you this weekend. We have a scholar in residence, Dr. Larry Hoffman, and you have to come and be touched by his various messages. He begins on Friday.